we're going to destroy Jake Paul. It's easy money, easy fighting. We've had a lot of casualties in sparring, let's say. We love it.
How are Tommy's preparations coming along?
Absolutely perfect. We just finished training today. We finished camp today. We're just in a wind down now and just light work only. The main work's been done. It's all gone well. He's had the best camp ever. He's looking sensational in the gym. I've no doubt in my mind we're going to destroy Jake Paul properly. Dismantle job is what's coming. We fly out on Thursday morning. Can't wait.
Yeah, and I know
plenty of work for this. We've done plenty of work. We just want to get the job done. It's not the win; it's how you win, and we're looking to win in emphatic style. You know, we've had good class sparring partners, all different ones. You know, we've done over 100 rounds of sparring for it. You know, he's in tip-top shape, punching very hard. You know, we've had a lot of casualties in sparring, let's say. You know, but it's like I say, couldn't have gone any better. I don't see a threat at all. What I'm seeing in the gym is world class. You know, he's above this level. He knows he can beat Jake Paul. We're just going to have a nice holiday in the sun, get the job done and get paid and go on to another YouTuber, whoever wants it. Yeah. Name the game, YouTube in boxing. We love it.
Yeah, and I know you've already said it before, but Tommy was actually on talkSPORT last night and said that he'll retire himself from boxing if he loses to Jake Paul. Do you think that's putting a lot of pressure on himself?
We don't do pressure. We don't do pressure. We train our mind as well as our bodies. The Furies don't do pressure because this is what we do. We cope with pressure in bucketfuls. We thrive off it. Because if it was a pressurizing job, we wouldn't be in it. And if we got flustered and pressurized, Tyson wouldn't be the WBC king, would he? Would nobody can beat him. Unbeatable. And Tommy, he'll do the same thing. They thrive off pressure. Yeah, there'll be a few butterflies going to the ring. The minute the leather's swapped, game on. We don't do pressure. There's no falling apart here, mate. There's nothing comes out of my nutsack what suffers with pressure. We don't do pressure. We're Furies. We're different. We're set apart from the rest of the fighting world. This is what we do. You know that cup of water there? The Jake Paul fight is like me to Tommy drinking that glass of water. Easy, look. That's how easy the Jake Paul fight's going to be. And I'll take all bets. I'll take all bets. Anybody who wants to disagree with what I'm saying, I'm over there in Saudi, you know, come and see me. I'll take all bets. It's a no contest. It's impossible for Tommy to lose. What I'm seeing in the gym with proper professional boxers, undefeated guys at cruiserweight, heavyweight, light heavyweight, you know, he's just been destroying them all in his path. I'll be surprised if Jake Paul can even hit him. How's that? We've worked on defense, we've worked on everything. And I know it's disappointing you guys, because a lot of guys out there, you know, don't underestimate what the Furies can do. We're special people in the fight game. We're special people. And if my sons couldn't step up to the plate, I wouldn't have them doing it. Not now, not ever. Tommy will destroy Jake Paul. He'd be laughing when he's going to the ring. Because it's easy money. Easy fighting. We've done our hard work in the gym back here in Bolton, Manchester. We've done the work. We've done the grind. 9 weeks, over 100 rounds of sparring. With good class men who can fight. Not men who just learnt to box 18 months ago. And he can have everybody around him in the world blowing smoke up his ring piece, telling him how good he is. Oh, yes, you're the best, Jake. You could do this, Jake. But after that, Jake. So fake Jake is copying it. That's what fake Jake's getting. A good hiding. And put straight in his place. And you'll learn never to go in people's home. And that ring is the Fury's home. It's been proven time and time again. You know, and if he'd had a better promoter and been out more, he's only had 8 fights in 4.5 years, which is ridiculous. So whoever, you know, people who was messing with him before want to get out the game. He's had 8 fights in 4.5, 5 years, which is ridiculous. But he's still too good for all of them. He's still too good for them. Because I believe, in my mind, Tommy is a world-class fighter. And he'll prove it. He'll prove it. Don't take my word for it. You know, to switch on the TV. Whatever it is, it'll be worth it. Because I've never been wrong yet. This guy don't get stuff wrong. Because if Tommy was going to embarrass me, he wouldn't be in the fight game. Remember that.
Yeah, and I know there's a rematch clause on Jake Paul's side of it. What do you make of him even wanting to put that clause in?
All the better for us, more money. Another big payday for nothing. He can have 3 rematch clauses if he wants. Put 10 in. We're not bothered. We're not bothered. You could beat him and his brother on the same night. We'll go for his brother next. Go for his brother next straight away. We can have, his brother can have it next week. He can have it on the 2nd of March if he wants. I'm not bothered. That's where we're at. Fun and games is what we love, you know. But let me say this much. I want to thank the Saudi Arabians, the powers that be in Saudi, for letting us come in that beautiful country. They've got everything right. I can't wait to go there, have a nice relaxing holiday, get the business done, and put a great show on for the Saudis. Thank you very much for having us. Great people.
Yeah, and obviously Tommy said the other day that he'll just laugh if Jake Paul catches him with a big punch. Do you agree? And what do you make of Jake Paul's power?
I don't make anything of it. Jake Paul can't beat me. Listen, he's rubbish. Rubbish. You understand that? What do I have to do to explain to you people? You can't do a job that takes years to perfect in just a few short years. He's never fought a proper fighter who's going to hit him back. Tommy's going to hit him back and cave his face in. Simple as that. All them 50-year-old has-been MMA guys, they got no head movement, they got no movement, they got no structure, they got nothing. It's like there are heavy bags. The ones he's been fought have been 50-year-old heavy bags on legs. It's a different kettle of fish. The man bobbing and weaving it with both hands, cave your face in. And Tommy is going to absolutely destroy him. There's nothing else on Tommy's mind. There's been too much said. Too much said. And I just said, listen, don't hurt him too much. You'll get prison. You don't go into prison, does he? Let me tell you, it's a mismatch. That's how I see it. Mismatch.
Yeah, and if Tommy were to win on points rather than by knockout, would you consider that a disappointing performance?
Absolutely. Absolutely. He's got to be knocked out. No, let's put it this way. If it goes to points, he deserves it. If it goes to a points decision and it's a close fight, give it Jake Paul. He deserves the win. Jake Paul's getting knocked out, mate.
Obviously, you mentioned earlier that all bets are on. Have you actually made any bets on the fight yet?
Nobody's going to bet, mate. They're all armchair warriors, aren't they? They're all good at calling stuff from an armchair. They'll never say it to your face. They'll never call Tommy out to his face. Ask Tommy's sparring partners whether Tommy fumbles or not. When they visit the hospital with concussion, they've got hairline fracture on the jaws. Ask them that. Ask him if Tommy can't punch and Tommy can't fight. Listen, it's all fun and games. But you're going to find out in 11 days' time who's right and who's wrong. I was right about Tyson. They all said about Tyson, he's no good. He'll never win a British title. He can't punch, he can't fight. Now look. Oh, now look. And let me tell you this much as well. After Jake Paul has been slaughtered, I want all them boxing networks to sack all them pundits. All them so-called pundits, I want every TV boxing network coverage, sack the lot of them. Because the heart rules the head. They hate and they're that jealous of the Furies, they'll jump on anybody to beat Tommy or Tyson. You know, if you put a pair of boxing gloves on a 75-year-old man, they'd say he could beat Tommy. And the same with Tyson. But what happens? The Furies keep proving you're all wrong. You're unbeatable in this game. That's concrete. See the mind? Concrete. And the mind moves mountains, my friend. And I know he's got the best mindset of him and fake Jake. Nothing's right with that kid. He's fake in everything he does. And I can see inside of a man's soul. I've not even met him close up. I've seen what kind of a man that he was in Dubai. He's not a man. He isn't a fighting man. He's going to get in front of a fighting man very shortly, and he's going to be destroyed. Destroyed. Nothing less will do me.
Do you think there is absolutely anything Jake Paul can do that will make him win this fight?
No. No. Definitely not with a capital N. Plain English, no, zero. I don't care who's in his corner. He can have all the so-called best in the world in his corner. They're no good to him on the night. Because you know why? His arse will fall out. His arse is already gone. I can tell you that much. He wants to fight and look at Tommy. Well, I think he'd rather have, a kick in the nutsack with a big pair of hobnail steel cap boots on than fight Tommy. but he's been forced into it. He's put himself in a position where he can't get out of it. But let me tell you, when I'm in charge, my friend, we haven't left a stone unturned. We're trained to annihilate him. You can't stop it. You know, there's no way you can stop what we've got planned. And I can go from A to Z, not to A and B, A to Z with a game plan. I can take 200 in there. And my boys can adapt to anything I say within seconds. And that makes us the winners. You know.
Yeah, and then moving on to Tyson and Usyk, there have been reports that that fight is no longer happening in Saudi Arabia, and it looks more likely for Wembley now. What can you tell us about that?
Not a lot, because I have nothing to do with it. You know, Tyson's business is his business. I have nothing to do with Tyson's business at all these days. So at the end of the day, I don't know. But if they're not going to pay him what he's worth, why should he fight? He's the king of the ring, the heavyweight #1, the Gypsy King. Pay him what he's worth, I don't pay him at all, you know. So at the end of the day, wherever he fights, wherever he doesn't, there's nobody out there can match my sons. No one. I haven't seen him yet. And if I did, I'm man enough to say, yes, I think he could do it. Because I'm like that. I tell the truth. I'm known for the truth. There's nobody out there. They can jump on the Usyk train, jump on whoever they want train. There's nobody out that can beat Tyson. Not yet. I haven't seen him. So, yeah. And he's doing it inactively. He fights once a year. It's a joke, isn't it? Honestly. Back in the 80s and 70s, fought 3 times in a year. You know, today, well, they have a fight every 2 years, don't they? Well, listen, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah, and well, yeah, apparently if he doesn't end up fighting Usyk on April 29th, he will still fight on that date. There's obviously options that could be Ngannou, Wilder, Ruiz, Mahmoud Shah. Who would you like to see him fight if it ends up not being Usyk?
To be honest with you, chuck them all in the sack and just pull one out, innit? They're all the same caliber. You know, whoever it can get paid the most off, fight, innit? That's what I say. You know what I'm saying to you? But he's already beat Wilder 3 times. What do you want him for? With a paper skull. You know, he's all right. Well, he's all right fighting dummies, isn't he? You know, I don't know. Bring something different to the table. I say Francis Ngannou poses a bigger threat than all of them because his sheer size and his awkwardness. The man's a man mountain. He's a physical specimen. And he brings problems, doesn't he? You know, he's strong in the body, you know, because Tyson won't be able to wrestle him because he's too strong, because that's what they do. You know, and if it comes to the boxing side of it, well, you know, Tyson, we know he's ahead of him. There's a lot in the fight game, isn't they? Big, rough, tough men can bring punches up from anywhere, and you've only got to get caught with something you haven't trained for, and you'll be on the deck, can't you? No, but the Wilders, the Ruizes, all the rest of them, they're no good to Tyson. Even him, Usyk. Look at him. He's just too small, mate. He's a great little boxer. He's probably a lovely fella. I've got nothing against him at all. I like the Ukrainian people. It's a great country, and I wish them all the very best. They're struggling at the moment with their own problems. But Usyk, talking boxing lingo, he's just too small for Tyson. He's got nothing to beat him with. He won't play at Tyson. Tyson would disregard him, walk into him, wear him down, and stop him like he did with Steve Cunningham. But I thought Steve Cunningham was a better fighter than Usyk back in the day. Cunningham was better than Usyk. You know, at cruiserweight, Steve Cunningham was unbeatable because he had everything. He had speed, he had power, he could move around the ring, great coordination. You know, it's just that boxing's moved on, but not for the better. Not for the better. The guys just seem to be doing all this modern technique. It just looks awful to the eye, to me. They've got a lot right, but they've got a lot wrong as well. But we stick to the old school methods. You know, they seem to work. Now, I've seen him fight Joshua twice. He ain't beaten Tyson him. Definitely not. I'm not just saying because of my own sons, but he's been out there 33 or 4 times unbeaten. You know, I've not been wrong yet. So there you are. Tyson's the king of the ring.
Just finally, just prediction for this weekend's big fight, Lee Wood against Maurizio Lara. 2 guys who've sort of had a recent resurgence. What do you think of that fight, and who do you think is going to win it?
Is it over here?
Yeah, Nottingham.
I got to favour Lee Wood. Lee Wood's a warrior, but the other man's dangerous as well. You know, it's a must-watch fight, isn't it? That very, very interesting. And I'm going to lean towards Lee Wood. He's got fire in his belly. He's a proper fighting man. I've met the kid. He lives and breathes the job. You know, And I just think he might be too much pressure for Lara. You know, Lara's a good puncher. You seen what he done with the other fella, didn't you? The Leeds kid. You know what I'm saying? So he's dangerous. But Lee Wood's a fresh young animal, isn't he? I'm going towards Lee Wood in a hell of a good fight.